Congratulations, Gem.
As you notice, there's a few changes, like there's a level 65 cap now. That's because Victory is Life increased the level cap. They also added Gem Hadar characters as being playable, which is cool. I haven't gotten around to using them yet, but it's still cool. Which gave us a new ability. So yeah, been a while since we played this boy. Wow, he's got a lot of points to spend. I think when I come, next time you see me on Stellaris, I'll have let a few years pass and built up some of my space resources, so that we'll have a bit better fleet to work with the next time you see us. So we can go on about conquering more and more people to break them into glorious warriors for the Empire. I've noticed a few other YouTubers have done stuff like that, and such, to just kind of make it so there's a lot of the micromanagement stuff between big things isn't as bad, but we'll see. Something you'll notice is we've gotten some gear since last time I played this character. I've maxed out the various Borg, not the full thing. Let's see, we'll take...
We can't stop until the Vadwar leave our world. We've been fighting this war for nearly a year now, and it's taking a toll on our troops. We are a peaceful people. This is the first time my soldiers have been exposed to death and destruction on this scale. They're demoralized and depressed. I'm concerned about the long-term effects on their mental health. You have more experience than we do in battle. It would help if you could speak to our soldiers and share your insights. Please stop by the medbay. Some of the wounded there have asked to meet you. We can't stop until the Vadwar leave.
You're part of the reinforcements that everyone was talking about. Please, you have to stop the Vadwar. We can't lose our home. Not after it took us so long to find it.
I promise you I'll do everything I can to help.
Fifth time I've been in the medbay. Don't think I can go out again after this. Could you take over for me? Everyone here is so scared of the Vadwar. Someone has to be strong.
I'll make a stand against the Vadwar.
My brother, my sister, they're both dead. I couldn't help them. You have to avenge them. Make their deaths worth something. Do what I could not.
Vadwar will pay for everything they've done to you.
Thank you. It may not seem like much, but you've given those soldiers hope. We have several officers who were recently promoted, who might need some additional training, as well as several tasks that could use your presence. Would you mind taking one of them along to let him shadow you? There is so much that we could learn from an experienced Klingon warrior.
Of course, I can offer you. Your officer can shadow me what tasks need to be done.
Our engineers have been trying to repair various devices that have been damaged in battle, but they are not experienced in these kinds of repairs. I've heard you're an expert engineer. Could you instruct our engineers on what they're doing wrong?
I'll find one of your tycoons and help the engineers make repairs. Greetings, Tahar Master. One of our recently promoted officers is ready to shadow you. He's eager to see you in action. Are you ready? I'm ready to call the captain out.
Reporting for duty, sir. It is a pleasure to watch you in action, sir. I have to admit, I am a bit perplexed. How are you able to fix our own technology when we can't?
I've seen this problem in many other places. Different technology, same base solution.
I see. Maybe I need to stop thinking of our technology as vastly different and begin studying the basics of how non-Kabali technology works. Sorry, just thinking out loud.
It's fine. Let's look for more engineers to help. Thank you for all the help. I'll tell the other Henchons what I've learned today.
This is Captain Kim. I found some information for you. Permission to speak freely.
Granted, what is it, Captain?
Something isn't right here. I've done some investigating, and I don't think the Kabali are being entirely truthful with us.
Be right back. Yeah, I might be in and out. There's a guy here doing maintenance on the apartment. People under...
Permission to speak freely. Something isn't right here. I've done some investigating, and I don't think the Kabali... Not so much found, as observed. The Vaadwaur clearly have superior firepower, tactics, and training, right? So why haven't they already wiped the Cabali out? They haven't hesitated to do so on other worlds. Sure, the Cabali have a shield around the capital, but they've been fighting the Vaadwaur for months now, and they're consistently losing troops and territory. I don't understand how the Vaadwaur haven't already taken the capital and finished this.
Unless the Vaadwaur's goal is not to take the city.
Exactly. There has to be some other objective for the Vaadwaur here, and we need to find out what it is. We have to help the Cabali, and we can't do it if we're blinded.
They continue investigating this while I help the war efforts.
Understood. I won't let you down.
Excellent. I'll return to the general and see what else is needed.
We can't stop until the Vaadwaur leave our world. We can't stop until the Vaadwaur leave our world. We can't stop until the Vaadwaur leave. Thank you for your assistance. Your presence here means we're not fighting alone anymore. That's more important than you know. My son is in the trenches now, and he could use your... Wait, what's that?
What is it?
The Vaadwaur are at the gates. You have to help us!
Kim here. Something definitely isn't right. The General is waiting for you. I'll keep trying to figure this out.
That was too close to Harm Master if you hadn't been there. Fighting against volleyball, people will keep fighting. We have so much to do. The volleyball made it this far.
My son Jitanian is commanding our forces outside the city. The Vadwar should never have reached us without so much as a warning from him. Something must have happened. Here is his position in the field. Take the nearby transporter and make your way to his command post. He may need assistance.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help. I am, although I understand your confusion. Kibali reproduce by reanimating corpses and then integrating them into our society. We're assigned to existing family groups who teach and care for us. My first life was a long one. I don't remember it, however. I am Kibali, and my father is a source of inspiration and wisdom for me. My people do not reproduce in what you would consider a normal fashion. Instead, we use a genetic virus to alter the DNA of corpses from other species, reanimating them and transforming them into Kibali. We call this process rebirth. The process takes several months. Afterward, a new Kibali is assigned to a family group who will help him or her adjust to our culture and learn our language. All memories of the Kinstaya or past life are left behind. It can be difficult to accept this new life, and my father was of great help to me during this time. Some Kibali cannot accept the change and flee to search for their former lives. In these cases, it's our duty to find these lost souls and help them return. This is not something we normally discuss with outsiders. Suffice it to say, our ancestors experimented with forces they did not understand, and we were irrevocably changed by their folly. Faced with our own extinction, we found a way to survive. Now rebirth is the greatest gift we can give to the dead. Who wouldn't want a second chance at life? Yes, we have two problems. Our transporters in our forward base have stopped working, and troop morale is low after the last attack. Could you give us a hand by getting more soldiers back into the fight? I'm still looking into the issue with the transporters. Thank you. The soldiers have been beaten down so much I can barely keep them going, but they seem bolstered by the outside help. We still have no idea what's disrupting our transporters. Maybe you can find something on the Vaudouar or from any of their crates in that area.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power. Personal shield losing power.
According to this information, the Vaudouar have placed transport inhibitors in the area to block Cabali advance. Your orders? Data to sit-in, we need to disable those inhibitors. Pending. A moment, sir. Down the energy team has found a wavelength that our prior quarters can emit to disable the inhibitors. We'll need to be close enough to trigger them. Good.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
I don't know why it's not triggering that I found it. I had to activate the right one. I couldn't just teleport back on either of them.
I've been noticing something strange. When I first met the Kabali, they didn't seem to be a particularly religious people. Lindsay, Jedliah I mean, certainly didn't say anything about it. However, now, almost every Kabali I've met follows one creed, and there's a temple located just beyond the trenches. I've tried to find out more about their practices, but they keep telling me it's forbidden to share them with outsiders.
Do you think this is a religious war?
Maybe, but I don't remember the Vaadwaur having a particular belief system either. This may not be much, but I'll continue my investigations. Maybe this one is a dead end.
Keep at it, and Captain Kim, I'm counting on information.
I'm sorry, but could you return later? I believe you need a break. You've already done so much for us.
I've discovered a few interesting things that can help us with the Kabali. Do you have anything on your end?
One of the general is acting odd. Yeah, what do you have?
I've been thinking. Our only way to find out what the Kabali are hiding is through the Vaadwaur. We need to find out where they're focusing their attacks, and then why. That may be able to shed some light on the situation.
Do you know how the Vaadwaur communicate with one another in the field?
Yes. My crew was looking into why our signal jammers weren't working, and we found that the Vaadwaur have comm beacons in all of their camps that act as a miniature subspace array. They can't be jammed because they're shielded, and they provide all the Vaadwaur need for controlled, secure communications. Ingenious, really. I wonder if the Starfleet Corps of Engineers could whip up something like that for us. If B'Elanna were here, I'm sure she could. Anyway, if we could place a trace on one of the Vaadwaur beacons...
We'd have access to all their communications.
Exactly. Once we find out where the Vaadwaur plan to attack, we can reinforce the Kabali and find out what, if anything, they're hiding. There are 4 communications arrays in the trenches area. Planting a trace on each of them should allow the engineers on your ship to spy on the Vaadwaur.
Why it's making me replay missions I've apparently played on this character before. Oh well. We'll get them to taken care of. There's a little bit of overlap. Well, we can figure that out next time. data, although the trace has been sent out. Tactical information. Thank you. Connect me to Captain Kim.
Your timing is impeccable. A large squad of armed Kabali just left, but they wouldn't say where they were going. Did you find any information?
The Vodwar are after the Kabali temple, not the city.
The temple? That must be where the Kabali are going. We have to help the Kabali defend that temple. Afterwards, maybe we can see why it's so important to the Vodwar.
I'll go to the temple and support the Kabali.
Personal shield losing power. Enemy targets on sensor. Enemy combatants in close proximity.
The temple is secure and the doors to it are still open? This is our chance. Go ahead. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Understood. I'll be waiting for you inside the Kabali temple.
Looks like we've made it to the lowest level of the temple. Let's see what's in there.
Personal shield losing power.
Thank you. If you are here, then it means our secret is revealed. I am sorry, but we did what we needed to survive.
Do you know how to open this door?
Take this. It is the code to open the door. Please, do not judge our people too harshly. You would have done the same if you faced extinction.
Scan of safe spots indicates that it contains Vaadwaur, not a soldier. The temple is actually a massive storage chamber for non-military Vaadwaur elites, which scans indicate the Kibali have been taking Vaadwaur from failed stasis tubes and converting them into Kibali. Scan for history on station. There are at least 300 tubes that have had their inhabitants taken and turned into Kibali in the last 10 years. However, many of the tubes have been taken since the Kibali arrived on the planet. According to your scans, it says it's enough that a large portion of the Kibali unit were probably Vaadwaur in their previous life. The pods that were empty showed signs of internal technological failure. No pods that are currently intact have been touched. Of the pods that failed, several of them were repaired and used to store bodies that the Kibali would wish to use in the future. Send data to the city.
I never imagined that we would find this. The Vaadwaur aren't fighting the Kibali over territory. They want their people back. This is why the Kibali stopped wandering. Everything they needed was here. It's not right. Some of the Vaadwaur in the stasis tubes could still be revived. The Vaadwaur are a dying race. Their methods may be extreme, but they're doing what they think they need to do to survive, just like the Kibali are. I'm glad you agree with me. We need to take this information to the General and get him to explain why they hid this from us. If the Kibali had been up front with us from the start, we could have figured out a better solution for this.
I agree. Let's go meet the General.
You've both returned.
General, we know about the temple. When were you going to tell us?
Secrecy protected our future, Captain.
How are we supposed to help you if you won't even tell us what the problem is?
That's enough, Captain.
Captain Dralia, you're late.
The Kazon delayed me. What's the situation?
Full of Vaadwaur stasis pods being there.
I see. Captain Kim, no matter our personal feelings, we must follow the Prime Directive. We are not here to change the Kibali culture. We are here to protect them.
We'll talk more about this in private. I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
I'm sorry for everything. We never should have lied, but you're an outsider. We learn from the past the experiences that not everyone can accept or even understand. What we accept as necessary. I couldn't risk losing your support. It won't happen again. I'll give you all the information you need. Vaadwaur will not stop, even if we return the remaining stasis pods. They won't. Look what they've done to the Saray. Even the Karenim has fallen. I'll give you some time. We can talk again when you're ready.
Before we begin, I must apologize on behalf of the Kibali people. We meant no harm in using the Vaadwaur. When we found the stasis pods, many of them were damaged beyond saving. We honored their fallen by using their forms to preserve our species. The Vaadwaur, however, do not... Our ways are difficult to understand. For some, they may be reprehensible. No matter what the Vaadwaur think, we cannot end this practice without dooming our species to extinction. And that we will not do. Jetanian has sent word that he needs aid. Are you willing to help him?
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
Mention your follow said you need some more support.
Yes, thank you for coming. One of our bases has been overrun. That facility contained research vital to our cause. Could you go to the base, recover the data, and bring it to one of our forward command posts? One of our scientists will be there waiting for you.
I'll recover the data from the overrun base. I like this gun, the Omega weapon, because it's basically like a energy weapon submachine gun, which is pretty cool.
Personal shield losing power.
Thank goodness you're here. You've recovered the data from our lost base? Excellent. I knew you could get the job done. Now, we need your expertise on several issues we're encountering.
The Alliance needs your help. A group of Alliance ships is currently under attack by the Vaadwaur in the Orletus system. The Lisette is making its way there to render assistance. I want you to back them up. We don't know what the Vaadwaur have there, and I want to give us the best possible chance of victory.
Glad to have you by our side. This is one of the systems marked for further examination during your work with Subcommander Seyhen. I'm not sure what the Vaadwaur are up to here, but they're fighting like demons. They're attacking a small group of Alliance vessels. More hostile ships are on the way. I propose we divide and conquer. The Lisette will fly ahead and catch any incoming ships, while you free our trapped allies. Your thoughts?
Good idea. The Sedan will rescue the trapped ships.
Now the Vaadwaur will know the fury of the Gorn.
Thanks for the help.
Engines back online. We're ready to fight.
A large Vaadwaur fleet just arrived. This is our chance to strike before they retreat.
I am Lieutenant Gaius Salan, Chief Intelligence Officer for the Lasset. I regret to inform you that the Vaudois now control the ship. The bridge is lost, and we are locked out of most internal sensors. However, I managed to access a secure comm channel before the security codes were changed, and have located a safe location for transport. I have sent the coordinates to your ship. Without your assistance, the Lasset and her crew will be lost.
Alright, unfortunately the missions on Kibali took longer than I expected because for some reason they saw I needed to replay them. So I will have to continue this mission next time, which will possibly be Wednesday. Talk to y'all later. Bye.